嗨，这里是咖啡简单说。
咖啡简单说，也可以是困难说。带你品味咖啡，喝懂咖啡，也可以制作咖啡。还学不会飞，顺便聊了是非。如果你听不懂，也无所谓。带你从咖啡小学聊到大学，也可以从台湾飞去中南美。我不管，我只想来一杯 latte。
欢迎各位朋友收听咖啡简单说，这里是华语世界中一个介绍精品咖啡的 podcast， 每次更新一则咖啡小知识，让你更懂得品味咖啡。大家好，我是曹板，我们又非常顺利的完成了一集节目 ，yes。好，我们这集节目呢是在上次的节目是在6月吗？6月底7月的时候，我们发布了那一集关于泰国 COE 的节目。好，那这一集它的回响很大，然后很多的听众朋友也很喜欢那样的节目，所以呢，我们其实在那一集节目的结束没有几天，其实这一次曹板去泰国，然后参加这个 Cup of Excellence， 那其实我觉得我最除了在产地之外，我们学到很多关于这个第一手泰国产地的现况以外，其实我超级无敌敬佩的就是我们这一次的这个评审长，也就是 Head Judge Eduardo。好，Eduardo 是我们这一次的一个主审。好，那Eduardo 他是瓜地马拉人，然后他怎么讲？我特别崇拜他，因为我很少遇到就是有一个 cupper 或者是一个杯测师，他可以这么的理解这个品种，这么的理解处理法，他甚至连酵母，他甚至连这种乳酸菌、醋酸菌这些东西，他都非常非常的熟悉，非常非常的熟悉。所以，我这件事让我很惊讶。那另外一个我觉得很有趣的现象是，我发现呢、在 Cup of Excellence 这一个活动里面，其实有好多的这种所谓的 Head Judge， 也就是主审，它都是来自于所谓的咖啡产地国，尤其是这种 Central America 的。所以你可以看到，比如说像现在这个COE 的 Director， 他其实是 Erwin Mirage， 他就是这个非常有名的尼加拉瓜家族的这样的一个 Producer。好，那除了这一位之外 ，Eduardo 他本身也是来自瓜地马拉。那他自己在瓜地马拉，其实他在这个瓜地马拉当地最有名的 Ana Cafe， 他其实在里面作为这个quality control， 也就是品管人员，他也待了将近17年，好像是17年、18年的一个时光。对啊，现在有自己的一个生豆的瓜地马拉专门的生豆出口公司。好，所以我觉得这件事很棒，很棒，就是说我们的这个 Head Judge 有很多的 Head Judge， 他的一个 background， 他的背景都是来自于这个产地国，所以他在评估咖啡，他在看待咖啡的这个方法，其实会跟我们这些咖啡消费国的评审会有非常非常不一样的角度。对，所以我们今天这一集节目呢，其实就是我做了一个邀请，当然我也是很忐忑啦，因为我虽然是一个小迷弟，就是跟上一次那个 Miguel 的采访一样，我也是有点失眠了好几天，就是在烦恼这个访纲要怎么去访，然后用我这个没有到很流利的英文去做这样的一个采访。那这集也算是一个怎么讲听力练习。听力练习就是大家，如果你有兴趣的话，当然就不要嫌弃我的那个破英文，抱歉。对，那可以听听看，因为重点其实不在我。这集节目最大的主角，其实是我们这位非常非常有料、超级厉害的 Eduardo 大师，他的一个说明。他其实在Cup of Excellence， 他其实在做 QC 这件事已经快，他在做杯测这件事已经，我想想看。他从1993年开始投入咖啡，然后这个做了咖啡到现在这样是多少？30几年了，然后还有20几年的时间是作为一个杯测师的身份在 帮助产地。那他自己作为这个 COE 的国际评审也好，他作为这个主审也好，他其实也有相当的一个资历。所以我非常高兴这一集的节目呢，我们可以请到 Eduardo 来跟我们分享这个关于他也是第一次来泰国，第一次他觉得泰国的咖啡的风味啊，它的一些品种的独特性。那我们在这一集节目呢，我们也聊到了，就是说这个品种的差异。那你看，像就是全世界其实很多地方都在追逐，就是在追逐 Geisha 的同时间，其实泰国有很多的很厉害的 Katimo。那另外我们也讨论到关于就是在这个 post harvest technique， 也就是后制处理技术上面，泰国他们的这些咖啡农他们是如何突破，如何进步，甚至我觉得他们算是领先的状态。对，所以我们在这期节目我们跟大家聊了很多很多这样的东西。OK， 然后我们最后也请了 Eduardo， 他对于这个，因为亚洲产区算是一个很新兴、年纪比较轻的一个产区，相对于非洲跟这个Latin America， 它是一个比较年轻的产区。那我们想要听听看他对于亚洲产区这些新兴产区的 producer， 他有什么样他自己的一个观察跟他的一个建议吧。好，那准备好，我们就一起来收听这一集非常非常对我自己非常有帮助，然后很具有一个深刻意义的这个with Eduardo 的一个 interview。好，那就让我们欢迎 Eduardo。OK。So we are very honored to invite our COE Thailand International Head Judge Eduardo to our coffee show. It's very honor for me to invite you to come to my show. And can you say hello to our listener?
Yes, Jack. Thank you very much for the invitation. I'm honored to be here in this podcast and to welcome your audience. And I'm sure it's going to be interesting to showcase what we experienced in the recent Cup of Excellence in Thailand. I'm very excited to be with you here in this podcast. So welcome.
We have a very good time in Thailand for 4 weeks, and in my experience, I feel I learned so much from you, and you are so knowledge, and you have a lot of very detail about the process, about the variety.
Oh, thank you. I'm happy to hear that, Jack. I actually enjoy to interact with coffee people, because I believe that that's the coffee world. The more you interact with coffee people, the more you learn, and that's the amazing thing of events like Cup of Excellence, like the competitions. Yeah, I'm really happy to hear that.
I'm very appreciate you are very welcome to sharing all of your knowledge and your passion of the coffee. When we mentioned about the Cup of Excellence, can you introduce about like what is the Cup of Excellence, and also like what is the organization, the Alliance of the Cup of Excellence?
Oh yeah, sure, Jack. Well, first I have to say that I have been very lucky because I started my coffee career in 1993 formally. And I started in the producing side. I'm from a producing country, but I was interacting at that time with the producer directly. So then, in certain way to speak, I witnessed like different movements during the coffee evolution. So, for instance, Cup of Excellence started up in 2000 in Brazil.
Yes.
As a formal project. And it was coming from like very informal research, which became a more formal competition in 2000 in Brazil. And right after, my country, Guatemala, got interested in bringing that experience to Guatemala then. So then in Central America, actually Guatemala was the second country. So I was very privileged because, it was in 2001 and we compared what we had in terms of coffee or even especially 2001. It was, just starting,
What's the coffee taste like in 2001?
Oh my goodness. Actually I would say that the copper's role actually was so different to what we know now. Because at that time, the main role for coppers was essentially to separate good and bad coffees, and that was all.
The standard is very different.
Yes. So I remember at that time the main job for a copper was just to separate qualities overall, right? So then having Cup of Excellence in 2001 and starting to hear about different profiles, different flavors, and different varietals, and the most amazing things to create a market for those coffees was unique experience, So then I was privileged joining Guatemala Cup of Excellence in the backstage, right, more as organizers in 2001. And then years after, I became part of the Cup of Excellence jury. Mm-hmm. And then I had the chance to visit other countries to lead the program. Mm-hmm. And that was a big, window to me to understand what other countries were doing in terms of quality and of course trying to achieve the same discovery as Brazil in 2000 and Guatemala in 2001. So it has been an amazing journey to me being involved in Cup of Excellence until now.
I see. So I know that in many regions, the producer, the Cup of Excellence is have a very huge impact to improve the quality and also improve the life. Improve just like I visited the Sam Chai coffee from the rank 3 Thailand coffee farm this year. So I see they just told me that they win the prize last year, so they can invest a new dry mill and to improve their whole supply chain system. So I think it's a very big impact for many producer country, many producer area.
Yes, absolutely. You're right. And those are like the direct impact. But beside that, I believe that the whole community stands up as well, because the other producers, the neighbors, they start to see what other producers are doing to get those prices,
Yeah.
And then all the quality starts to push up, and that's an amazing effect. And that has happened in Brazil in 2000. Mm-hmm. In 2001 in Guatemala, that happened as well, because although we had like just the winner, but all the regions in general got benefited, because producers started to look their ways to participate in Cup of Excellence and also be winners. Mm-hmm. and awarded because the quality,
Yeah. And I am very curious because I think it's a very difficult job to work with the global people with a lot of different kind of culture, politics, and people. It's very different. So I'm curious about that. What's the most difficult part to run the competition in each country that is so different culture? Like it's very different from the Asia culture and like the Africa culture and South American culture. It's so different. So how can the Alliance of Cup of Excellence can handle with such a very different kind of politics situation like
that? That's a very interesting question, because it could, it seems like we are dealing like different cultures, different ways even to produce coffee, But the amazing thing is that Cup of Excellence has created like a common language,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm, yeah.
And we already know what the market is looking for. Mm-hmm. Of course, the market is always looking for the best,
Yes, indeed.
But around that, there has been a common language to understand and to feedback the producers what to do in order to achieve those coffees, So it's amazing, because if we speak the same language in Colombia, Guatemala, Brazil, and Asia, we can achieve eventually the same goal, right? Mm-hmm. As long as we identify and we understand the market, mm-hmm. and what the people, the rosters are willing to award, and pay. Yeah. And eventually the most amazing thing is to establish a relationship.
Yes.
And that's the amazing thing of Cup of Excellence. A relationship is it's amazing.
You just told us like this time is your first time to come to Thailand, and it's the first time you cup the Thailand coffee. Yeah, it's the same situation with like for me. Yeah. So what's your expectation about the Thailand coffee before you arrive the Thailand?
That's a very interesting question, Jack, because I have to say that I didn't have any experience about Thailand coffee as well. Actually, I was trying to remember, but I think I haven't tried any Thai coffee before. So then I think I had more excitement than expectation because putting everything in perspective. For instance, Ethiopia, we already know, like, you know, we have already like expectation, right, about Ethiopia coffees or Kenya or eventually Colombian coffees. But for Thai coffees, I didn't know anything at all, you know?
Yeah.
So then I had more excitement than expectations, but I have to say that I didn't have that high expectation that I met when I got all these Thai coffees. Because before going to Thailand, I saw the last Cup of Excellence results, you know? And the first thing that I noticed is that there were a lot of Catimors in the competition,
indeed.
You know?
Yeah, indeed.
Yes, that was last year, right? And even this year. But if we hear the Catimor's fame in our countries is not that high. So I was curious about copying those Catimors because for some reason those were awarded in the last 3 years, you know? So then I was excited about it. And I have to say that Thai coffees really surprised me in terms of quality. Yeah, if I would have an expectation, that wasn't that high as, you know, the coffee that we tried in a couple of seconds. But that was an amazing experience.
So like Thai coffee is very surprised you when you first test. So that will make me to ask another question, like, because you are very experienced, you have many experience in copying and you are very senior copper. So because I know that many new copper, when they are copying like the very rare origin or the origin they didn't cup, they are very hard to score the coffee, how to cup the new coffee for them when they are cupping the new on the table.
I believe that the coppers now, we all actually, not only the junior coppers, but the young people, I think they are facing like different challenges now.
Yeah.
Understanding the coffees.
Yes.
And it's very understandable because as I was telling you before, my role in late 90s was just to, as a copper, I mean, it's just to separate qualities by processing. Essentially, right?
Yeah.
Good or bad, that was it. But now it's more complex because now we as copper need to understand the coffee and what could be causing those profiles.
Yeah, we deal about a lot of different style.
Exactly. And our main challenge is, I'm not sure if it is challenge or duty eventually, but as long as we understand the coffee, we need to feedback both ways to the buyer, but also to the producers.
Yes.
In order to make the right decisions, you know?
Yes.
So then I believe that the copper now, we all need to be more open and to understand the market and producer better in order to link them and make better decisions in the processing, in the varietals, and whatever variable can influence the final cup profile.
Yeah.
And that's eventually we can become ambassadors for our coffees. If we work in the producing country, if we work in a company, we all need to communicate those coffees in a good way.
We know that Cup of Excellence that we seek and we search about the best coffee from the origin, from the country. So because you have a lot of experience in the Central America and also like South America to become the head judge or become the jury international journal in different kind of COE competition. So can you compare it to other origin like you involved with, like in Guatemala, in Colombia? What stand out about the Thai coffees? What make the Thai coffee special and unique from others country or others origin?
Well, I'm surprised, as I told you before, because in terms of specialty, Thai is like very new in coffee.
Yes,
you know,
yes.
Every time I tell my colleagues that I went to Thailand and got beautiful coffees, they are surprised, and some of them say, "Really? Does Thai really produce coffee?" Well, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because many people believe that Thai is more in the consumer side. But so what I'm trying to say is that I was surprised, and what I really liked about Thai coffee is how fast the coffee business is moving, how fast the coffee culture is moving. And that can be reflected in the numbers. For instance, Cup of Excellence is a good indicator, because if we see what we had last year in Cup of Excellence, now in 2025, I think we have a wider spectrum in terms of quality and varietals and profiles. What I really liked about Thai coffee was the complexity, of course, and I could point at some specific characteristics that I like. I, for the first time, understood the Java coffees, for instance. I copied the last year winner, the Java, and to me, I haven't tried a coffee like that before, and especially for Java. And this year the same thing. I tried some coffees, and I challenged myself to understand those coffees, Java particularly, and I would say that I got it, because I got some like floral, but more like chamomile and honey, what really like a lot. And tracing back my scores after the quantity coffees, those were Java, and I'm happy because I finally could say that I understand Java better. That's one profile. Other profiles that I really enjoyed were like spiciness and sweetness, like sweet spicy in some coffees. I really enjoyed a lot. And maybe processing. I was very surprised about processing for naturals and fermentation, because they were very clean. Nothing overwhelming like happened in other countries.
So crystal. It's very crystal.
Yes.
It's very unbelievable.
So crystal.
Yeah.
Yes, so crystal. So I believe that the main strength for Thai is processing. And I think they have done a very good job. The producers are doing a good job and really enhancing the characteristics for Thai coffees. Yeah, but I'm surprised.
I saw like a very big kind of potential and the movement in the Thai coffee culture, and I think the total market in Thai is very support the produce in Thai coffee, and because many times I went back from the competition, we go back to the downtown, and I keep drink coffee with my wife to many cafe, and I saw that all of the cafe they sells the Thai coffee. Either like maybe some is high quality, maybe some is low quality, but they all sell Thai coffee. In Thai, they are very proud of like their own coffee. I think it's very different situation in Taiwan and Thai.
Yes, and I think that's a very how to say that motivation, a high motivation for producers, because as you say, I saw the coffee community, not only producer but roasters, coffee shops embracing quality and motivating the producer to do quality. I was surprised. I didn't have enough time, but I visited a couple of coffees and a couple of coffee shops, and I found a beautiful cup of coffees competing with beautiful Thai coffees, and showing a nice experience of high-end coffees, and that's amazing. Like the same, I a little bit jealous about them.
Yeah.
Because in my country, we have, of course, we have coffee shops, and they are doing a very good job. But it's very difficult to find cup of excellence coffees.
I see.
And I was surprised because one of them have a very famous farm in Guatemala, El Socorro, and they shared some with me, and the coffee was amazing. And it's definitely a very nice experience.
Yeah, in Thai coffee, there's a lot of Katimor inside the variety when the competition. So I also very focused on the variety because I'm a big fan of the variety. I do a lot of research about the variety. So in this year of the competition, geisha is also very like the rank 1 and rank 2. They are geisha in the champion and yes, but we also see a lot of very different variety involved to the top 10, like Gayo, also Katimor, and also some of the Tipica. Yeah, I think we saw the variety diversity in the competition in 2025 and also 24. So, what do you taste in Thai's Katimor or other varieties character when the 2025 competition?
Oh, this is very interesting. I really love to analyze varietals as well.
Yeah.
Because eventually those varieties can shape the future of the coffee in the country,
Yeah.
Because that happened with geisha.
Yeah.
Last year they didn't have any geisha, and now they have 5 geishas. Okay, so then eventually it will shape a little bit how the competition will go in the next edition, in the next Cup of Excellence edition. But I was surprised about Katimor, because I believe that Katimor has been unfairly stigmatized in some countries, like my country, and even in Central America, because some of the Katimors doesn't behave very well in terms of adaptability, resistance, and of course quality on cup. But what I have seen lately is producers understanding the varietals in general as a single organism, and that's the case for Katimor, I believe. Katimor is totally different to a geisha, behaves totally different to a bourbon or Tipica. So then producers, I believe in Thailand, they have understood the Katimor better.
Yeah.
And as a result, we see them in competition like Cup of Excellence.
Yeah, you share a very, very, very unique philosophy to us. Like every variety have their particular potential.
Yes. I was surprised too. And that's the same. I think Katimor is better understood now. And producers are doing certain practices that are benefiting the quality for Katimors, and that's a good thing. I was surprised too about Katimors. Not the first time. I actually had some beautiful Katimors, even better than nice bourbons or Tipicas.
Yeah.
And the key is that there are different lines of Katimor. It's not a single varietal.
Yeah.
There are multiple lines, so it depends
family.
on what line. Right. Same as geisha.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah. So what do you think? What's the key point to unlock the potential of the Katimor quality?
That's a tricky question, Jack.
Yes.
Because I think, for instance, geisha is a beautiful variety, right? And of course, many people, all of us, enjoy a nice cup of geisha.
It's popular in the market.
Exactly. It is popular in the market. But honestly, when we go back to the producer, geisha is not easy to produce,
It's hard to take care, right?
Yeah, it is hard. Because first, there are different lines of geisha. The productivity is not high. And some geishas even taste as good as others,
Yes.
So then the key for the producer is to find out what variety behaves well, not giving 90 points or very high score, but as long as the variety is resistant, productive, and it gives like a good quality in terms of cup, that's amazing, because then that could be like the base for the farm.
Yes.
Because honestly, not everything can be sold as a geisha, you know?
Yes.
So in certain way, I think the producer need to understand what they need to have as a base, as a business, you know? And of course, having those beautiful geishas, some pacamaras, and even some fermentations tasting good, could be like to showcase in the farm, right? But I think unlocking, as you say, unlocking every varietal's potential is the key for producers.
Yes.
To better understand themselves as a producers and how they can do in terms of sustainability, right?
Yes.
To be successful in the market.
That is like the whole point we thinking about in the Taiwan's coffee growing industry, because like I think like 90% of Taiwanese coffee growers, they are chasing about the geisha variety, because like we have like very limited land property, and people only grow a little bit coffee in their farms. They are chasing about like the famous, like the competition, like I can be a champion this year. So everyone geisha. But I think that is not a property or like the very sustainable kind of coffee industry in Taiwan, because like we know like geisha is not very strong with the disease or like the fungi, something like that.
Right. I think that's very important. And again, Jack, we as coppers, and we have that amazing privilege of participating in events like this, like Cup of Excellence, because we have the chance then to interact with the market and also with the producers.
Yes.
And then trying to translate to the producers what is happening in the market.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
It happened the same in Guatemala when geishas started to, be awarded in Cup of Excellence. Of course, everybody wanted to plant geisha.
Yeah.
And then seeing Panama phenomenon, everybody wanted to plant geisha as well. But it's not that easy. So then for us, I think it's very, we have a big responsibility to award the, or advise is the term, to advise the producer how the market goes for geisha, how the market goes for pacamara, java, whatever, in order to make, a good balance, I mean, in terms of varieties and production.
Yeah.
That's very important.
Very good word, balance. Yeah, but it's hard for Taiwanese people to know that. Well, I don't know. Yeah, okay. So
hard to producers everywhere, Jack.
Yeah. Because
I think it makes sense, because I would say that the market is so far away from producers in coffee. That's the complexity in the commercial chain for coffee, because it's so split.
Yeah.
That producer is so far away from the market, and sometimes they need us, to understand what is happening over there.
So the final part we want to talk about, like after the 4 days competition and the cupping, I go to a lot of different coffee farm. Like I go to Soft Coffee. It's like the traffic. It's like 4 hours coffee farm, and I really like the owner there. So I talk a lot of things about their process practice and their post-harvest philosophy. So I recognize there is very interesting in like in the top 10 producer, because we also go to Sam Chai and we all go to the Lika Coffee Farm. So I know that there is a lot of producers, they use like carbonic maceration in their process practice, and also like the inoculation, the yeast inoculations technique is very common in the top 10 producer. And I asked them how many years do they do they use this kind of technique? They told me like 5 or 6 years they are keep improving the technique about the fermentation about how to control the microbe. So that struck me. That's very surprised me, and it's blow my mind, because I think like the microbe control and also like this kind of control fermentation is very it's a very, very new area for the producer of the global coffee world. But like Thailand is very pioneer. They run very fast. So can you share your opinion about Thai's coffee, especially the nature, and also like we cup some coffee is washed, but it's very tropical fruit, like dry fruit, and very we call it funky town. Yeah, so it's very interesting. It's very interesting in the table. Yeah, so can you share the opinion and your kind of feel about this?
Yes, I think fermentation in general is like how to say, it's like the goal for producers to understand as best as they can. Independently of the technique that they use, like carbon maceration or just playing with fermentation time or more sophisticated like yeast inoculation, right? But I think that's a big key to discover for producers. But I believe that the main challenge for producers is how to be consistent. Consistency is another challenge on top. Once the best technique is discovered, what is next? How to keep it? How to be consistent producing the same profile year after year?
Yeah, repeat.
That's the key.
Yeah,
repeat. Yes, repeat. And also, I was surprised about because, as you say, we got fully washed, and I was surprised that they were like very tropical, very funky, but not that funky. Nice funky,
Yes.
And with a lot of fruits, still recognizing the fermentation, but without losing the varietal personality, we can say.
Yes.
Right. So I was surprised about some Thai coffees as well. And as you say, they have even less year than ourselves in Guatemala playing with fermentation, maybe. Mm-hmm. But I think the key is the size of the producer, maybe, because I have seen large producers trying to play with big volumes of coffee with fermentation, and that gets uncontrollable. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I think Thai coffee, they have that big advantage, same as you guys in Taiwan, because I think for this kind of processing, the smaller the better, because then you can actually have more control on that.
Yes.
And it doesn't happen in big farms. Mm-hmm. So then I think that's the nice combination for Thai coffees to be successful, playing with fermentation and adopting all these techniques to be successful. And yeah, beautiful coffees.
Yeah. You just mentioned about that a lot of coffee, they have like a ferment character, but they also keep the variety character together. Yes, I think it's very hard to balance the two kind of characters. When the coffee they can combine the two, it will be kind of a very excellent coffee indeed. But I think like usually in the market and in like the roaster opinion of like corporate opinion, they usually will think like the bad coffee or the bad material should use the anaerobic or like the yeast to cover the bad quality. So I think yeah. Can you share your opinion about that?
Yes, I think that's the key, because actually to play with fermentation with different techniques, the raw material, the cherry, should be even better than doing the traditional fully washed coffees.
Yes. Yes.
Actually, because playing with fermentation, with yeast inoculation, whatever technique, it really needs a big amount of fuel, and that fuel are sugars.
Yes.
And sugars are obtained as long the cherry is correct, the varietal is correct, and the sugar concentration is correct. So that demands the producers to really take care about the sugar concentration, and that means a higher quality, right, as a raw material. So, and I agree with you. In Thai coffees, in my experience, our experience in this cup of seconds was exactly that. Those beautiful coffees with nice tropical fruit. I remember one of the guys, they used to use crystal coffees, and I love it. That's a perfect descriptor.
Yeah.
Because it's still having those fruity flavors, those tropical fruits, it's still you can perceive the varietal characteristic. That's a great job, But yeah, I agree. For producers trying to trying to improve the quality by fermentation, that doesn't happen if you don't have a good cherry, a good quality of cherry.
Yeah.
And that's applied for any product, of course. We cannot have a beautiful wine without good grapes, right?
Yeah.
The overall result of a good wine is a good processing, but also a high quality of grape as well.
Exactly. The both is all important. So, yeah.
Yes.
In the final part, do you have any message or like some recommendation for because like Asian is a very new coffee origin, like China, like Taiwan, Thailand. It's very new, a very young coffee origin country in the world. So, what is your recommendation for this growing coffee origin? Such as you are a coffee expert from the Central America coffee origin.
Yeah, sure, Jack. Well, Jack, my main recommendation is still, valid until now, since I started my coffee career for producer, is cup their coffees, taste your coffees, enjoy your coffee, because there is no way to understand what producers are actually producing, And I tell that because as overall, I still see in producing countries having producers without knowing how their coffee tastes like,
Yeah.
And to me, that's the primary recommendation, okay? And then moving forward, right? I think the producers now have more challenges. The market is very competitive.
Yeah.
And producers, they need to find the ways to showcase and improve the quality.
Yeah.
So as long as they understand, as long as they discover their own path to improve the quality or to have more diversity in terms of profiles, they need to taste, they need to cup, they need to make sure that they really understand what they are producing. Because as long as they understand their coffee, as long as they really understand the taste, they are then ready to offer the coffee to the customer.
Yeah.
And I think that's key.
Oh, very, very thank you for your time, Eduardo. Very thank you for coming to my coffee podcast. Thank you. And we will see you again.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure. Thank you very much, Jack.
Okay. See you. Bye-bye.
See you. Bye-bye.